The vast expanse of dry grasslands, wild acacia trees, and swirling dust is a characteristic scene under the vast African sky, with savanna stretching as far as the eye can see. This is where life is tough, unforgiving, yet breathtakingly beautiful, finding its rhythm. This is home to the wildebeest, a peculiar creature that looks like a cross between a cow, horse, and deer. Its face, seemingly crafted in haste, is the pulse of the East African ecosystem. Every year, over 1.5 million wildebeest embark on a colossal journey across the vast lands of Kenya and Tanzania. Alongside them, hundreds of thousands of zebras and gazelles move in sync with nature's rhythm. This massive movement is categorized as one of the most extraordinary migrations on Earth, known as the Great Wildebeest Migration. This natural spectacle is not only majestic, but also filled with tension, tragedy, and wonder. Every step of this migration is a struggle between life and death. From the dry grasslands of Serengeti in Tanzania to the green borders of Masai Mara in Kenya, the wildebeest must face various obstacles. From raging rivers teeming with crocodiles to scorching deserts, storms, diseases, and predators lurking at every turn. There's no set schedule in a wildebeest life. They don't have calendars hanging from trees or watches ticking on their ankles. Yet every year, with astonishing precision, they move in herds as if the savanna itself is calling them. And the earth gives signals through the direction of the wind, soil temperature, and the scent of rain in the distance. Then the grand journey begins. The reason they migrate isn't because they want to see the world or explore new places. This migration is driven by a primal, ancient, and brutal reason: survival. The grass they eat grows and dies in Africa's climactic cycles. And here, rain falls only at certain times and in certain places. When the rain comes, the grass starts to grow, and it becomes food for them. Then, when the grass is gone, they'll move again. And this isn't a choice, it's a fate they must fight for. In the early months of the year, in the Ngorongoro and southern Serengeti regions, rain falls and young grass begins to grow. This is when the birthing season starts, and within just a few weeks, around 500,000 wildebeest calves are born. This birth becomes a sort of mass miracle, but also the beginning of a long trial. These calves must stand and run soon after birth because predators are lurking, waiting for them from the very first moments of their lives. What makes wildebeest unique compared to other animals is that their births happen almost simultaneously within a short time frame. And this means that if thousands of calves are born at once, predators will be overwhelmed and can't hunt them all down. In other words, sheer numbers save most of them. As the seasons change and the rain starts to leave Serengeti, the savanna turns into hard, barren land. This becomes a signal for the wildebeest to move. They march forward with millions of feet pounding the earth, creating clouds of dust that billow into the air. From above, the herd of wildebeest looks like a living river flowing slowly but steadily northward. Migration isn't a one-day event. It's a journey of thousands of kilometers that takes almost a whole year. They follow a circular route adjusting to the rainy seasons and availability of water. Wildebeest don't have a single leader. There's no one wildebeest giving commands. They merely respond to natural changes collectively, as if the entire herd shares one mind. During migration, a wildebeest herd can contain hundreds of thousands of individuals, accompanied by zebras and gazelles. They move together, but not in a straight line. They form complex formations like waves, adjusting their direction, speed, and distance from each other. This formation is crucial, calculated carefully. If they're too close, they'll collide. If they're too far apart, they'll become easy targets for predators. And what's remarkable is that wildebeest have a sort of biological navigation system where they can sniff out rain from afar, read the wind direction, and recognize the terrain they've traversed in previous years. All this is done without maps, GPS, or verbal guidance. One of the most famous challenges in wildebeest migration is crossing the Mara River. This river isn't ordinary. It has strong currents, steep banks, and most terrifyingly, giant crocodiles inhabit it. At some points, the Mara River looks calm from a distance, its water flowing slowly and glistening in the sun. However, for the herd arriving after weeks of walking, the riverbank isn't the place to relax. When the herd reaches the river's edge, they don't cross immediately. They stand there, thousands of wildebeest pushing each other, waiting. None of them wants to be the first. They understand one thing. Beneath the water's peaceful surface lies death waiting. The crocodiles of Mara River can grow over 5 meters long, with powerful jaws that can snap a full-grown wildebeest in one bite. They lie almost motionless for months, waiting for the migration season. When the wildebeest herd gathers at the riverbank, the water trembles with tension. The crocodiles are ready, sensing the vibrations of footsteps from afar. Their predatory instincts are on high alert, because for them, today could be a grand feast or prolonged starvation. The wildebeest crossing is never planned. Usually, one wildebeest falls or jumps first, perhaps out of panic, and then others follow immediately, creating chaos. Within just 2 minutes, the peaceful scene transforms into a moving nightmare. Thousands of wildebeest rush down the steep riverbank, leaping into the river with wide-eyed terror. Dozens or even hundreds of wildebeest can die in one crossing. Some are trampled, others dragged underwater by crocodiles, and some die from injuries or exhaustion. Despite this, they continue to do it year after year because the river separates them from their destination, a lush grassland to the north. The migration of wildebeest isn't a journey through danger. As they move across the plains, they're not just relocating, they're also bringing life. In large numbers, wildebeest eat grass down to the roots, trample the earth with their hooves, and leave behind dung that fertilizes the soil. What looks like destruction is actually a natural process that renews the savanna. Like farmers tilling the soil before planting, wildebeest unintentionally prepare the ground for the next generation of plants. When the rains come, the soil they've trodden becomes more receptive to water. New grass grows faster. And this is why, despite their clumsy appearance, wildebeest are ecosystem architects, often called the gardeners of the savanna. Their dung isn't just waste, it's rich in nitrogen and nutrients that enrich the soil, contain small plants, and provide food for insects and microorganisms. On a large scale, wildebeest have shaped the food chain and maintained a delicate yet astonishing balance. The savanna isn't a peaceful world. Every step a wildebeest takes is a journey through predator territory. Lions, cheetahs, hyenas, wild dogs, and leopards all share one thing in common. They love wildebeest meat. And the wildebeest migration is an annual feast they can't miss. However, predators also face challenges. They can't hunt indiscriminately. They must target the weak, sick, or straggling. So wildebeest have developed strategies to survive. For instance, they travel in dense herds to reduce the likelihood of being singled out. They avoid open areas at night when they're easier to hunt, or form wave-like formations that confuse predators. Even predators must choose carefully, because attacking a large herd can lead to serious injury, which for a wild animal can mean slow death. The wildebeest migration isn't a journey of a single species. Along the way, they're accompanied by zebras and gazelles, forming an extraordinary alliance that complement each other. Zebras eat tall, coarse grass. After the grass is trimmed, wildebeest enter, eating shorter, fresher grass. After wildebeest, gazelles eat the softest tips of grass. In this system, there's no competition, only natural cooperation. Even when facing predators, these three species benefit from each other. Zebras, with their sharp eyesight, often serve as early warning systems for danger. Meanwhile, the large numbers of wildebeest create a protection effect through confusion. And gazelles, agile and fast, can save themselves and inadvertently slow down predators. This large herd may look chaotic from afar, but they're actually a highly complex orchestra with rhythm, strategy, and roles. The northern region, particularly Masai Mara, is usually filled with fresh, tall grass due to seasonal rains. Upon arrival, wildebeest immediately start recovering from weeks of travel. They graze day and night, taking advantage of the peak grass growth. They also build up energy reserves, especially for pregnant or nursing mothers. This is a period of recovery and strengthening, but still under vigilant conditions. Although the north is rich in grass, it's not a peaceful resting place. The north has a higher number of predators, more human and tourist activity, and parasites like tsetse flies and ticks that threaten herd health. This means wildebeest must remain alert at all times, even when they've reached their destination. In the northern region, male wildebeest enter the mating season, also known as the rutting season. During this time, males compete to form small territories. They try to attract females with their voices and physical strength. Males will patrol and fight off rivals that approach. Wildebeest mating can happen quickly, but is very intense.
Exhausting. The ultimate goal is to get the females pregnant before they migrate back south, so their calves are born at the best time next year, when the grass is at its peak. After a few months in the north, usually from July to October, the wildebeest wait for the signal of rain in the south. As soon as the rain starts falling in the south, the grass in Masai Mara begins to dry out, and the scent of wet earth in the distance starts calling them. The wildebeest then begin their journey back south, crossing rivers with all its drama. This isn't a return home in the human sense. They don't have a single home or recognize a homeland. Nonetheless, they know that in the south, the rain will come again, the grass will grow again, and that's where the next generation will be born. This cycle repeats every year, non-stop, without rest. As night falls and the savanna cools down after the rain, pregnant wildebeest start giving birth. In the wet underbrush, their calves are born into the world. Every 5 minutes, a new life starts crying and squirming, searching for its mother's milk, learning to stand on ground that's just been touched by rainwater. Of course, this birth isn't coincidental. It's been carefully planned. The southern bird of Serengeti has the highest nutrient content after the rain, making it the perfect location for nursing mothers and calves that need rich food. And as before, this birth happens simultaneously. About 500,000 wildebeest calves are born within less than a month. This becomes an explosion of life that can only be rivaled by the salmon cycle in North America or the hatching of turtles on tropical beaches. But unlike other animals, wildebeest are born not to survive in one place, but to walk and follow the scent of rain. Within 5 minutes, a newborn calf is standing and trembling because its legs are still unstable. Within an hour, it's running small laps, following its herd. Throughout the spring season, these calves grow strong, drink milk, play with other wildebeest calves. But when the season changes, they must start walking thousands of kilometers. Wildebeest aren't creatures that are beautiful in the conventional sense. With their large heads, messy manes, and sloping backs, they look like a hastily created product. Yet, don't be fooled by their appearance. Behind their awkward shape lies an extraordinary biological design for survival. Some unique features of wildebeest include their long, strong legs, allowing them to walk and run hundreds of kilometers without injury. They have wide nostrils that help with air circulation when walking in extreme heat. Their wide-set eyes give them almost 360-degree vision, crucial for avoiding predators. Additionally, their highly efficient ruminant digestive system processes even dry grass, enabling them to survive in places other herbivores can't inhabit. As they move in large herds, the pounding of their hooves creates vibrations that can be felt from afar. From the sky, the wildebeest herd looks like a dark river flowing, moving, breathing, and thinking as one giant body. Many observers initially see wildebeest as dumb creatures. They often circle around, make sudden decisions, or seem to panic without reason. But their behavior is actually the result of thousands of years of adaptation to a harsh environment and deadly predators. They follow the wind direction and scent of the earth, searching for moisture and the aroma of fresh grass. They use collective intelligence, where group decisions become more accurate than individual ones. When encountering obstacles like rivers or cliffs, the herd will spread out and evaluate the best path. Although it looks chaotic from the outside, their unique behavior makes their migration highly adaptive. Wildebeest don't follow a fixed route. Their path can shift from year to year depending on climatic conditions and natural disturbances.